This is one of Attack on Titan's older manga pages, and yeah, it's kinda rough, but that's exactly the point. Everyone starts somewhere, am I right? Even Hajime Isayama. So I thought, why not read all this page as an amateur manga artist and see if I can make it better? Can I actually improve it? How hard will it be? Let's find out, and maybe even learn a thing or two along the way. Before I start sketching, I need to find a brush in Clip Studio Paint that resembled the original art. After a bit of trial and error, I landed on a rough pen. It wasn't a perfect match, but it had that shaky, uneven texture that gave off an old school manga vibe. Isayama's original line were raw and I wanted to keep that spirit, but also add more structure. Next up was panel layout. I actually liked the panel flow, especially for a beginner page, but I feel like it need more motion. So I tilted the bottom panel diagonally. That's something you often see in action scene to add energy and movement. The first panel shows a group of soldiers standing around, looking shocked, but they look super stiff. I added some perspective and slightly exaggerated their poses to make it feel more lively. The speech bubbles, I didn't change much, just repositioned them so the text would flow better with my drawing style. Now, the Titan. I had no idea which one it was meant to be. I didn't know what chapter or arc this was from, so I just went ahead and drew the colossal Titan. Because let's be real, he just looks awesome. This was just a rough sketch phase, so I don't worry too much about perfection yet. I usually go rough, detailed ink. I know some artists just jump straight to inking, but for me that's way too stressful. Like, how do you even know where exactly you need to draw the lines? In the third panel with the Titan's feet, they looked way too far from the viewers. And honestly, a bit like twigs, so I brought the feet closer and made them bulkier to fit the Colossal Titan's actual build. For the backgrounds, I knew I'd be stuck if I stayed on one area too long, so I temporarily skipped it and moved on. I work best when I keep the momentum going. The last panel, the Titan's full body reveal felt super static. It looked like an NPC, just standing there and doing nothing. So I redrew the pose to have the Titan charging forward, a lot more intense and threatening. Moving on to the detailed sketch phase, I didn't plan too much here. I just drew random shoulders from my imagination. Their outfits were loosely based on references I found on Pinterest. The second panel with the Titan's face didn't just sit right with me. The angle was awkward and it didn't look like Colossal Titan, so I completely redrew it, giving it a side angle with more facial depth. The muscle fibers, man, those are brutal to draw. So many lines and tiny bone structures. Isayama must have love-hate relationship with this Titan. I get why newer chapter changed the style. Drawing this thing over and over sounds like damn torture. Inking started with the Titan's face. I added tone, hatching and texture. I was actually really happy how it turned out. After that, I inked the rest of the characters and went back to the background. Not gonna lie, I hate doing backgrounds, but this one is fairly simple. Just a one-point perspective forest scene. It was manageable. For the final panel background, I didn't want to go with a plain black fill. Instead, I used a gradient that fades as it goes up. It just looked more natural and less flat. Also, comment on Black Pony if you came this far in the video to confuse the people who skipped to the end. Next came adding tones. I focused on Solar's jackets, trying to match that rough gritty texture you see in the manga. After that, I inked the background trees and added a big sound effect in the final panel to max the action. At this point, I was honestly getting tired. It had taken me almost a full week and I really wanted to wrap it up. Still, I didn't want to skip the final touches. I know I rushed the last part a bit, but overall I think I pulled it together. So, how did I do? Compared to Isayama's earlier work, I think I made a solid improvement. But if you're talking about his current style, he's leagues ahead of me. This one page took me around 3 hours, and I finally understand just how brutal the manga industry can be. Think about it, 40 to 50 pages per month, that's like 130 hours of drawing, basically 5 days straight with no breaks. And that doesn't even count writing, sleeping, or eating. Mangakas are machines. Huge respect to every artist grinding out chapters every week. Let me know what your favorite titan is in the comments. And if you like this video, like and sub would mean a lot to me. See you next week.